Ahoy!
Welcome back to Girl Historians.
I'm Carly.
I'm Blair.
And this is the comedy podcast where we talk about history and our girls.
And we're back on the mic after an
Can
extended
you believe?
break. Can you believe that we made it back?
I was happy that I had in my bones the intro, because I haven't thought about that shit in a hot moment.
I know. I forgot how to. I was trying to edit something on Premiere the other day, and I was like, I forgot how to do this. Like,
I've lost it all. I don't
I've
know
lost
what
all
the
my
fuck I'm
skills.
doing.
I don't know how to talk. I don't know how to podcast anymore, Carly. Who
I
am
know.
I don't know
If
what
you don't know
to
how
do.
to podcast, then what the fuck are you gonna do?
Who am I?
Exactly.
Just a girl.
That's
Just a girl
fun.
and no one. I was saying briefly before we started recording, but I feel so out of body. I've had like truly one of the most insane stretches of my entire life.
Yeah, you're just like, you poisoned yourself with alcohol. You were at a wedding, and you're just kind of dead.
Well, yes. Yeah. Well, because I went from like traveling to wedding. So I've just been out of town like more than half the month.
Oh my
which is
God.
like, I'm not built for it. I think as a teenager,
No.
I was always like, I'm going to join an emo band and tour.
Yes.
Now I'm like, thank God I die immediately. Like,
no, this is really what September and October have been about. The fall for me is kind of realizing that I need to build a life that actually works with like the way my body is. You know what I mean? I'm like, I can't be fucking touring, babe. Like, I get sick and I'm done for a month. I'm over. Like, why would I ever be like, I'm going to be a fucking touring comedian? I'm going to get, I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm like, I can't work these fucking jobs. So I would die.
Well, I feel like if you were on tour in a proper way, people would take care of you. Like if I had a whole team.
Yeah, if I was
my
a pop
hotel
star.
room. Yeah.
As with literally anything, it's like if I'm doing it to the height of my of the ability of it, where everybody's doing everything for you, I could manage. I think I could manage.
That maybe if you had millions of dollars, you might have fun doing it.
And a full staff to just kind of do everything for me. This is my fucking thing, because this is not interesting. This is my biggest, like, you know, billionaire complaining moment. I'm not a billionaire, obviously, but like my accountants, I am like, the way they are up my ass, constantly asking me goddamn questions. I can't, it is mind-boggling to me, the amount of emails I receive from these people every single day asking minute questions that I'm like, why the fuck would I know the answer to this? You're an accountant.
What kind of questions are they asking you?
It's like bookkeeping shit, where they'll be like, why are you using PayPal? Is there any reason? And I'm like, I don't know, babe.
I don't know how else to do it.
Yeah, when you get paid from YouTube, are you getting paid from YouTube Canada or YouTube America? And I'm like, girl, that is a job for you to figure out. That's a job. You have the exact same amount of information as I do. And you have an accounting degree. You're a certified accountant. So why don't you deal? And it's like, that's my biggest like complaining thing, where I'm like, if I wanted to I'm already paying these people, like, I don't want to pay for an accountant more than I have to. Like, you know what I mean? And already
you have to pay for another accountant to keep care of your other accountant.
Well, I'm like, if I paid more money for a better accountant, would they stop fucking asking me goddamn stupid questions? And then I won't answer for work, and they'll be like, following up on this. And I'm like, this is nothing. This is not important. Can you not go somewhere and figure this shit out? Like, it's always just minute shit. They're like, can we have your credit card statement for the month? And I'm like, I've given you access. And they're like, yeah, but we can't download it as an Excel. And I'm like, I can't either, because it's the bank.
You think I can do that? No, that's crazy. People think you can download. This is one of my gripes, kind of similar, but the same. But people think you can download anything from the bank. You can't. It's so fucking hard to get any information from the bank. You think you can get that shit? You really can't.
And it's
trying
your
to prove your income.
It's your
with
fucking
a bank.
Information. I got fucking. I have to pay these accountants by fucking money order, by the way. Like, it's the 60s, which we love.
Where are these accountants? Like the Bahamas? Girl, what are you doing?
I know. They're driving me absolutely fucking insane. So I had to send a money order through my bank, and then my bank shut it down because obviously I've never sent a money order in my goddamn life, and I'm sending one. Like, that's fraud. Immediately, that's fraud. And fair enough. And then I call them and I'm like, I need to get back into my account. Like, that was me. And they were like, oh, okay, to the cent, what was the value of your last credit card bill? And I was like, what? I don't know. I can give you a ballpark. Like, I can give you a ballpark, but I don't know. And then they were like, well, you don't have the statement? And I was like, I do in my account, which I can't get to.
Yeah.
And they're like, you don't know it? You don't have a paper statement? I was like, no, you can see that I don't, like, what is happening? And then they were asking me other questions, and I was like, babe, all of these questions are in my account that I cannot get into. You locked me out. Like, from me doing regular shit. I can't. The amount of life, what they do not tell you about life is that if you are a creative, so much of your life will be spent trying to figure out how to do the most minute, mind-numbing bullshit money stuff. It's like you're going to spend more of your life than you would have ever fathomed on the phone with a bank or with like whatever like tax agency of your government it is.
Yeah. Nightmare.
Well,
I've told you that the Canadian
sell your
government...
soul. Yes, well, the Canadian government famously has your name wrong.
Well, yes, yeah. That's my biggest nightmare of a phone call that I'm going to have to make before tax season hits again.
Yeah.
Which I'm also not looking forward to. My taxes, I can't even think about it. I'm going to cry.
No.
If I think about my taxes too hard, I'm like, no.
I don't want to.
Figure it out. Figure it out later.
My life is either taxes have just ended, or I'm thinking about how taxes will start again. Like, that's now what my life is.
It's awful. Or getting a cold. Let me say this to you.
Or getting sick. If you are listening to this and you're in high school, do not follow your dreams. Do not follow your dreams. Do not work for yourself.
Don't say that. Don't
do
say
not
that.
be your own boss.
Don't listen to Carly. Don't listen to Carly.
A mind-numbing job that you are not passionate about, and they will give you your tax forms for you to do. You do not have to do this stuff. It's not worth it. If you can marry an accountant, that's great. Like, you just figure it out. Listen, you think it might be fun. Like, oh, I want to be a writer. It's not worth it.
You just got to do taxes. You got to be your taxes
YouTuber. I want to be
time.
a YouTuber. No, your life is tax. Your life is taxes. And I want to pay my goddamn taxes. I'm trying. Like, I'm not moving shit around to pay less. And it's still hell.
It's like anytime I log into Google AdSense, it's just like, have you updated your tax information? No, obviously
Why
not.
would
I don't like going to this webpage because you scare me. I don't know what your forms you want are. Also, like, anytime it's an American company, they're like, we need this form. It's like, girl, that form does not exist. I do not have access.
I know. It's like, and then you're filling out these fucking government forms. Like, I had to fill out like a W-8 Ben form, which is like, if you are making money, because I am getting paid from YouTube United States, not YouTube Canada. Like, you have to just fill it out to be like, I'm a contractor, whatever. And you're filling out these government forms. And I'm like, I am a child. I am 7 years old. I am not doing this correctly. There's no way I'm doing this correctly. There's no way this should be my job. There's no way I should be filling out this fucking form. I'm an idiot. Like, I'm an idiot.
And then at the end of the form, you have to click a box that says, like, I am aware of the legal ramifications of filling this out incorrectly.
I will go to jail if I fill this out wrong. And I'm like, I don't know. I dropped out of university because I got a 48 on my accounting midterm, and I'm filling out my W-8 Ben for myself.
A 48 on an accounting midterm is crazy. First of all, why were you in accounting?
Well, it was required for my program, and
horrifying.
I studied for literally 3 months. I studied through my grandfather's funeral. I've never in my life studied for something and done so bad. Like, I like put in so much work, Blair, just so much work, and failed. And we had like weekly tests. The class was fucked. Like, it was famous for being fucked. And it's also a lot of people who are in my program. Like, whenever you go back, like, I went back and spoke at an alumni event, and so many people were like, yeah, I had a job offer in third year, and then I failed accounting, so I was just like, I'm gonna take the job because accounting was so fucked. I had my dad, who's an economist, take one of the, like, because it was online, like, the weekly quizzes for me, because it was so hard that I was like, you should take this. This is a man who has a PhD in economics, and he got a 20% for me on the quiz. And he was like, they're all trick questions. And I was like, I know. It's trick questions on concepts we don't understand.
Horrifying.
Love it.
And you know what? I bet it's because, like, you can't learn accounting in one class, but they're probably like, oh, we have to throw in accounting or else the degree won't be valid.
And it was like an accounting professor that I think was very much like, I'm not going to go easy on you guys just because you're not in the accounting major. And it's like, baby, probably should. Like,
please go easy on us.
It wasn't practical. Like, I think a practical accounting course for a degree like mine, which was like creative business, is helpful. Like, I would have loved to like know how to do books. Like, I would have loved to know how to do my books in the way that I've had to learn how. But it wasn't that. It was like, if you are doing if you are working at Amazon and you are running Amazon's books, and I'm like, why would I ever be in this position? If
why
I'm
would
in
I be
this
running
position,
those books?
the company's fucked. Like, the company is done.
Horrifying.
Yeah.
Horrifying. Well,
Love.
or you could do what my friend whose wedding I was just at did, which is that tell her partner that he has to go back to school and get a degree in accounting. So now she's set.
That's great. And she's not even, and her job is not like, she's not like a contractor in a way that it's going to be fucked up anyway, right? Like,
no, she works for the provincial government.
And see, that's what people should be doing. I'm going to go on a high school tour and be like, listen, it's not, I know people
Masters in public policy.
Guys, come on. I know people are telling you, like, don't follow your dreams. You can't make it. I'm here to tell you, you can make it. It's just that you shouldn't make it because it's fucking hell. But you had fun at the wedding. It was crazy.
Wedding was fun.
Yay.
I need to give you the full lowdown. I actually think I can't give the lowdown on the podcast just because.
You can't. It's private information about a private citizen, about a member of our provincial government.
About a member of our
we can't be just putting their wedding on blast.
Yeah.
People be getting married in October. Like, I feel like on Instagram this weekend, I've been like, damn, people are getting married this weekend.
It's also kind of a sweet spot because, like, now October is kind of warm. It's beautiful. Yeah. And it's kind of like, actually, no one's busy in October, which is crazy. Like, unless you are, like, doing events for, you know what I mean? Like, it's a chiller time than in the summer. So people be getting married. I have another friend getting married next year in October. But I literally said, I was like, I'm literally sitting paralyzed waiting for another friend to announce an engagement because I think I have wedding trauma. Like, I literally am like, please, no one, everyone, please, just wait.
I don't believe in the institution, guys. Stop inviting me.
I'm going to a wedding as a guest in May, and then I'm a bridesmaids for another wedding right after that in the fall. And I'm just like, I don't know.
You're just at that age. Like, you are just like at that age where everybody's getting married. And you have a lot of friends. Like, who the fuck am I? Like, who the fuck am I? I have like a couple of friends. I'm thinking of friends that I have that they could get engaged. And I have one friend who could get engaged, and I would be a part of that wedding in some way.
Yeah.
And that's
also, I feel like sometimes you get blindsided. Like,
it's going to be a rogue.
I'm going to be asked to be a bridesmaid for someone who I'm kind of like, oh, that's, you know what I mean? Like, that's interesting.
But that's your vibe. Like, I really think that if people are like, I want to have 5 bridesmaids and I have an empty spot, like, Blair would be a good vibe. Like, I feel like they would slot you in. I could see that for you happening in a big way, where I do not see that happening for me.
You seem like a person on a bridal party.
But when people are thinking about it, that's what they're thinking about, even if that's not necessarily true. Do you know what I mean? Like, if they're just thinking about being like, who's fun? Blair's fun. Blair, you know what I mean?
She's fun. She can.
Whereas, what they don't understand is that you are a taskmaster. You're like, well, famously, we were talking about how the bridesmaid dresses for October, you were the only person in this bridal party that got a long sleeve dress, and everybody else was wearing short sleeves. Yeah,
I was so cold. I wore my little shawl the whole time. I was freezing.
Hell yeah.
It was so cold. I put on a sweater like immediately after. I was like, I can't do this. I changed into like my little Birkenstocks, my little pullover. I was like, that's
your location on Find My was gagging. I was laughing. You were off the damn grid. You were into the woods.
I had no cell phone reception. That was the craziest thing.
In the middle of the forest in a way that is hilarious.
Well, it was like the forest gentrified was kind of the location. So it was like, we did like glamping in these little tents. And when Christina and I got back to our tent at the end of the night, we were like, this is so cold. We're going to die. It was it was horrifying. And they were like, oh, you should run your electric blanket during the wedding. So then by the time you get back to your bed.
That's a fire.
I'm just like, are you trying to start a forest fire? Are you guys not in charge of the forest?
That's a fire. What? Guys, we're not running our electric blankets when we're not there. That's fucking crazy.
No, so it's horrifying. So I slept like I was about to go skiing.
Amazing.
Like in full gear with
I've done
like
that before.
An electric blanket. Oh my God, it was so cold. But like, the actual wedding was fun. I had a fun time emceeing. That was fun for attention. Yeah. They did not give us enough food. I'm just going to hope Sam doesn't listen to this. Love you, Sam. But oh my God, the food was a salad and a chicken breast.
No.
And then an open bar. And they were supposed
So
to have
you were
hot dogs
blackout.
at midnight. Oh my God.
You were
I was
blackout.
so drunk. But not
Yeah.
even like drunk as in like messy. I was drunk as in like ill because it
Yeah.
was like you just
You
have
were
nothing in your
Carly
stomach.
Thorne, Cutwater, Rage Cage.
Yeah, exactly.
Stack Cup.
Cutwater rage cage. I was Cutwater rage caging across the wedding.
You were Cutwater. I keep seeing the brown liquid thinking it's beer, but it's not. It's Cutwater, and I'm ill. That was you.
It's Cutwater, baby. No, truly, it was insane how drunk everyone was, and they were supposed to have hot dogs at midnight, but they didn't have any hot dogs. So and also because I've been running around all day, I had like a hash brown in the morning, and then 2 coffees, and then nothing until the salad and chicken breast, and then truly a bottle of gin, like a full bottle of gin.
This is making me hungry, like talking about it. It's making me be like, I want more food.
It was crazy. I was
for
like,
you
at least I'm fitting in the dress. Let's fucking go.
You're dropping pounds. Your hair was chic.
Yeah, my hair was falling out in clumps the next day. I was like, this is not this is not good.
A single day flirting with disordered eating, and then back to business as usual.
I'll throw it. I feel like it was the stress even. I was a bit stressed the whole day.
Yeah. Well, if you're a bridesmaid, you're like curator of the vibe of somebody's biggest day. Like that is pressure.
There was also, oh my God, I'll tell the story of maybe the most upsetting moment of the pre-wedding was that, so my friend Sam had been collecting these like beautiful dried flowers all year to make the bouquets, to make like all the flower arrangements, right? Like instead of going to a florist, she like collected through the year different dried flowers from different places and put them together in like bouquets. And she did this with her like now mother-in-law. And so they put all the bouquets together, and she's like, the mother-in-law's like, okay, just like you go, I'll like just like tie these up with twine and glue them together, and we'll like, you know, you go and do your other stuff. And she's like, okay, great, I'm gonna go do that.
And so then what happened to these fucking bouquets, dude?
It's the night before the wedding. So we're all in the like getting ready yurt. Okay.
Amazing.
And
it's
the photographers, yeah, it's freezing. The photographer's there. It's like 8 women butt ass naked trying to get into dresses.
Yeah.
We're like waiting, that like the photographer's there, and they're like, okay, come out, we're gonna do some bridesmaid pictures. So we do like a laugh, like, oh my God, we're hugging, like all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay, let's do stuff with the bouquets. And so Sam's like, okay, let's get the bouquets. And they have them all in this kind of like black steel container. We open it, we start pulling out the bouquets, and the mother-in-law has taken like dollar store plastic maple leaves and glued them to the dried flowers of these bouquets. Yeah. So these bouquets are now like dried flowers with just plastic leaves glued to them.
Good.
So obviously,
and Sam's like, I can't freak out. Sam's like, what? I can't. What am I gonna do? Like, I would.
Well, Sam just goes, she changed them. She changed them. And we're like, okay. And even the photographers, he's like, you know what? It's fine. Why don't we just take them from really far away, and they'll just kind of look like colors.
Yeah.
And then like, and then eventually he was like, okay, why don't we just like do those later? And we were like, okay. So literally like it's half an hour before the ceremony, and me and all the bridesmaids are pulling plastic leaves off of these dried flowers like into a bin, like yanking off like hot glue. Oh my God, it was. But the ceremony was beautiful. When all was said and done, it was very nice.
It looked really picturesque. I love a little nature wedding.
It was very nature. My phone did not work at all.
No, you were gone. They told me that
me and they told me that Christina was a groomsman the night before. So amazing. That was fun.
The dynamics of male friendships is crazy, of just being like, this +1 will now be my groomsman. Do you know what I mean? Like, men are insane.
Yeah. It's just like this. I'll take the lesbian to stand with me on the most important day.
He's like, I hope you guys will stay together forever, because she's about to be in these photos of my wedding.
Like, and with respect to my relationship that I hold extremely dear with the person I love, no one's getting in my wedding photos unless you've been with your partner for at least 3 years.
I feel the same way.
Sorry.
I'm like, this is, and that's valid. Like, I think that is valid just in terms of being like, you gotta be here for the long haul, or else I'm gonna look back at these wedding photos and see a random.
Well, because I always remember there's one photo of mine from university from probably like, it was my joint birthday party with my friend, and it was such a fun party. The theme was like suburbia. It was just like a great night. It was one of those nights where like so many like iconic things happened that we're like, oh, remember when this happened? Like, and we had this huge group photo, which was really rare, of like basically everyone I held dear socially in university. And then one bitch with a boyfriend she had for 2 months.
Oh my God.
It's just in this photo. I don't even remember his name.
Of your nearest and dearest.
It was like my truly like my true blue people who got me through university.
And Jared.
And Jared, who worked at the coffee shop downtown. It's like
crazy.
Why is he in the photo?
I know. No, I would not. There's even times like at my cousin's wedding, she was like, Reese can get in the photos. And I was like, I've been with Reese for 7 years. Like, he's in my life. But I'm also like, if you don't want a person who's not related to you in the photo, like, that's fine. Like, he'll manage. Yeah. He's good, you know?
Yeah. Yeah,
like, she's like, no.
He will survive.
He doesn't need this. Like, he doesn't need this.
He doesn't need this like you do, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like overall crazy, but it was very beautiful. I think Sam had a great time.
I'm glad. That's what's important.
Yeah. Danced a bunch. Had a fun time.
I'm glad.
Yep. Got drunk enough that I showed off my Toronto accent, which is always when you know Blair's having a good night.
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. When we start getting offensive.
About the topic of
let's get into the top. Let's take a little break.
You start becoming a Toronto mans.
A mans. I'm always on the brink of mansing all over this podcast. Yeah, so today, this was a suggestion by someone. I feel like I should have gotten their name, but it's the history of plant-based meats and meat alternatives.
I'm excited to hear about it.
Isn't that fun?
Yeah. I'm a big plant-based meat believer. I think that they're good. I remember going vegetarian when I was like 10 and it being ass and really, really bad. And now I think that they're basically pretty good.
Yeah. Well, have you always been vegetarian and there's just went vegan, or?
No, and I'm not vegan. Like the vegans would, I'm vegan.
No, you're plant-based.
Yeah, like the definition, like the vegans would freak out valid. They're doing a lot more than I.
Sure.
I wasn't always vegetarian. I've tried a couple of times when I was a kid because it's all like it's animal rights shit. You know me.
I love the cows.
Love the cows. But it was just really hard. Like when I was living at home, my family was eating meat and I was like, I don't want to make my own. My mom was like, you can make your own meals if you want to do that. Like, which is fun. You know what I mean? And I was like, I don't want to do that. And then when I went to university, I like didn't have the skills to make stuff for myself, so I didn't. But I was never like really cooking my meat for myself, but I would have meat and stuff. And then Reese went vegan, full vegan, as only a man can do. Just being like, wake up one day and being like, I will be vegan now for the rest of my life. Vegan.
Yes.
And because we lived together and stuff and we were like quarantining together during the pandemic, I was like, it became so much easier for me. So I don't eat meat and I don't usually have dairy because I'm lactose intolerant and I try not to. But I'll have an egg from time to time. I find it hard because I'm picky and I have food contamination problems. I can't, like, if there's something I like, I find it hard to be like, I can't take a fried egg out of the rotation because sometimes I'm like, this is the safest food in the world.
Yeah, this is the only thing you can eat.
Yeah. I'm like, everything else will make me sick. But not my fried egg on my English muffin.
I feel like you can get eggs from Pretty Happy Chickens.
Yeah, that's the hope, right?
I could see you being someone who like keeps a chicken in the backyard, like a chicken family. I could see that for you.
I feel like they would die immediately from the winter. Like, am I bringing them inside my apartment in the winter? Like, what's the situation?
I don't know. I'm not.
I would love. I had a friend growing up who had chickens, and I was like, "This is fucking everything." I would love that.
Stunning.
I love tofu too. I found out my big thing this summer was to figure out how to cook tofu, and I figured it out. And it is.
Yeah, you cracked it.
Yeah, I press it within an inch of its life. So there's no liquid, extra firm, fresh within an inch of its life. Marinate in this thing called sizzle sauce, which I got from Summerhill Market, which Sachin then brought to
I've
the
had
cottage.
sizzle sauce.
Sizzle sauce rips. It's basically
really
like
good.
mustard and spices or whatever. And then I toss it in arrowroot powder, but you can also do cornstarch. And then you cook it in the oven, and then it's just crispy. I should do that because I'll like make a batch of that, and then be like, I will eat this. It's like a little snack. It's the equivalent of like somebody who's like, I'm having a ripped chicken breast today, but it's tofu.
Yeah, sure. That sounds really good.
Yeah, it is. It is. If you ever come over and I have some in the fridge, you could try some. It's delish.
I like tofu either really crispy or like really mushy.
Do you like silken tofu?
Yeah, but like in context, you know, like
yes, you're not cracking silken tofu out at home to just have on its own.
Yeah, well, just like it makes sense for in some meals, I think. Like I really like silken tofu, but then it's like if you've tried to make the tofu crispy and it's not, yuck.
That's disgusting.
You know what I mean?
Well, when we were at the cottage, Sachin was like, because you're all making meals for each other. Sachin was like, I could attempt tofu, and I was like, please don't, because my life is a communal meal in which somebody's like, I made tofu for you for the first time, and it's fucking disgusting. But they've made it for me. So I've got to choke down the wettest fucking unseasoned tofu that's cold and be like, thank you.
Dinner.
Even though it's disgusting. And I'm like, I would literally just rather you not do it.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
Yeah. It's fine.
I'm good. I'll figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I was vegetarian for probably about like 3 years. I've never been
I always forget about your vegetarian era.
I was vegetarian. I guess technically I was pescatarian, but like I didn't eat enough fish that I was like
that's how I feel about a lot of stuff. I'm like, you're just not you're cooking up a salmon breast in your oven? Like
yeah, like okay. Sure.
You're like, I would have, but I wasn't really presented with the opportunity.
Yeah, like I was like at the time I was vegetarian, I was not purchasing fish. Let's just say that.
You weren't in the financial situation to be purchasing fish from the grocery store.
Yeah. Because when I was vegetarian, it was like, I think I was vegetarian in either like I must have gone like 4th year university. I went vegetarian, or like the summer before 4th year or something. And so at the time it was like, I was a vegetarian in the way that I ate like bread and cheese, you know, like I was a bread and cheese vegetarian. I wasn't, and like a beans.
That's a very classic university vegetarian. I had a roommate who was vegan in university, and I was like, yeah, in many ways you are vegan, but in a greater sense, you mainly just eat bread and cheese. Like, or not, but like vegan. It wasn't cheese, but it was like there used to be that place called Apocalypse Now. Do you remember Apocalypse Now?
Oh my god! Wait, I used to live next door to Apocalypse Now.
Ripped, so good. It was like a vegan pizza place in Toronto. May she rest. And my roommate would just body their like cheesy bread that was vegan cheesy. There was like a name, Crazy Bread or something. It had a weird name like that.
I believe it.
It was delicious. Where is she now?
So good.
What are the owners of Apocalypse Now doing? You know what I mean? Opening a restaurant, babe.
I felt like they were like gonna do something, and then I never heard about it.
I feel like I should look it up.
Yeah, you look it up. Well, I tell my story with vegetarianism.
Yeah,
but I went back to eating meat because I just truly wasn't getting enough protein, and I realized I just like couldn't stay awake for more than 8 hours at a time.
And hey, you know, fair.
Yeah. And then I think I kind of overdid it, and now I'm trying to like even out my relationship with meat a little bit more.
This is how I feel with everything, of being like, I think the people should be able to do whatever. Like, eating is such a tough kind of thing. The thing that like drives me crazy is like, just kind of like, there's a bit of a like a carnivore pride thing that drives me nuts. People being like, I love my bacon too much.
And that's happening vegans. A lot now.
Sorry,
like I feel like
because of the protein of it all. It's weird where it's like, I'm like, yeah, like everyone's obsessed with protein, so everyone's like wasting like, it's like a weird kind of like joy of being rude about it, which drives me crazy, as opposed to just being like, girl, do whatever you want. And I get it, like there are some vegans that are a lot, but what I would argue is the vegans that are a lot are people who like consume on a daily basis a lot of horrific information about factory farming. So they feel crazy because they're like witnessing horrors. So I try to give them space in a way, because I'm like, well, yeah, you're feeling insane because you're like looking horrors right in the eye. Where it's like this like random man on the internet that's like, sorry, vegans, gotta have my ground beef. It's like, why are you talking? Why are you talking?
Or like
just manage
those
just
like carnivore diet people who eat like sticks of butter and like
insane
bacon fat as a snack. It's like, be so fucking for real. What the hell is this? Like,
and no one wants to talk about the fact and that we are as humans not getting enough fiber. Like most humans,
we're not
are getting enough protein. Most are, unless you're trying to bulk the fuck up. You are getting probably enough protein in your life, but you're not getting enough fiber, and you're not getting the right kinds of fiber. And when you do, like, that's the conversation that I feel like people don't want to be having. I'm like, girl, we need fiber. You know why everyone has hot girl tummy issues?
No fiber.
Because no fiber, and our nervous systems are unregulated. And you're having the Starbucks protein cold foam, and are like, why is my stomach upset?
Oh my god,
poison.
The Starbucks near my house, when I walked by and saw they had protein cold foam, I had what I would say a genuine meltdown.
It sounds so disgusting.
Like, let's take one of the best things that Starbucks has done amidst all the funding genocide and busting unions is introduce cold foam.
Pick a struggle, Starbucks.
Pick a struggle, Starbucks.
You cannot have
take the one thing you've done right
and destroy it. What I need I know it tastes like ass. I haven't had it. I know it's like their cold foam that they already have, but it's. I feel like it's powdery. I feel like it's thicker. I feel like it's got that kind of sickly sweet stevia taste that a lot of protein powders have. Because that's my other thing. Like when I'm like, oh, I don't eat meat, people are like, oh, I have this amazing protein powder that you should have that you can't even tell it's in something. And I'm like, I can tell.
You can tell.
Maybe you can tell. You haven't heard of beans? Like you don't have beans. You know what I mean?
Also, the last person who should be in charge of making any protein anything is the gender fluid barista who's going to be making these protein cold foams.
No, that's like, somebody who can get me. That's somebody who can get me some fiber. You know, if this was a fibrous cold foam, then I'd be like, probably. Hey, probably.
Starbucks, where's the fiber cold foam?
Yeah.
Introduce it.
It's also like know your audience. Like who is getting that? Genuinely, who is getting that?
Well, I think Starbucks is like, it's kind of fun, as in like in this world that is not seeming to give justice to people who deserve it. I do think that Starbucks is crumbling and spiraling. So at least we have that.
Yes. I think so too. There's a Starbucks that's opening in my neighborhood right next to like a beloved neighborhood coffee shop.
Well, of course.
As they do. And there was like a huge newspaper article about it where it's basically just everyone in the community being like, she should not be worried, babe. Like, who's going to this? Like, you know, like, who's going to this? The people who are going to Starbucks are going to go to Starbucks. But like, the people who are going to an independent coffee shop are not going to be like, oh, but there's a Starbucks. 'Cause it's not cheaper. That's the benefit of chain restaurants is the cheapness of it, you know? But it's like Starbucks is expensive.
Oh, it is. It's crazy.
I got to take my sweater
off. And it's also... I can't remember if you made this point, but I think we should be past the charging for alternative milks in general.
Bullshit. I gotta take these headphones off to take my sweater off, but I...
Oh yeah, no, go ahead.
Okay, I'm back.
Hey.
Oat milk is the default now. Oat milk is the default.
Wait, what shirt are you wearing?
It says, good girls go to heaven, bad girls go to Sunny's bookshop.
Oh my god, I almost got a shirt that was like that exact shirt, but a thrift store in Montreal, and then I didn't get it.
Oh, yeah, this is like it's like a girl that I kind of knew from like early booktube days, runs like a book shop that's like a truck. I think they have a permanent place now.
You've told me about this.
Their merch is
that's
really
so
great.
Cute.
It's called Sunny's Book Truck, and they have like really great merch that ships everywhere. So, like, because like I don't live where they live in the States, but like they do like a monthly book club that you can subscribe to, and they send you the book, and there's like little tote bags and water bottles and stuff. It's really cute. I think it's like ethically made, and it feels really like I have 2 shirts from them, and they're both like such high quality, real good, comfy shirts. Would recommend.
Okay. Yeah, because you've shown me their merch and it is super, super cute.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Oh, I'm just a girl who loves merch.
You love merch. I do too. I love merch.
I know. I really do, before the year's out, want to have a Girl Historians That Feeling When You're Catholic t-shirt just because I frankly want it.
You want to wear it. Yeah.
I would love that.
That feeling when you're Catholic baby tee.
Just come on. The opportunities
are endless.
Christmas time, the birth
that
of
feeling
Jesus,
when you're Catholic. I'm rocking up to the family Christmas dinner with my that feeling when you're Catholic baby tee.
I'm going to midnight mass in that feeling when you're Catholic baby tee. First time showing up at the Ukrainian Catholic Church with my midnight mass Catholic baby tee.
You're the bell. Of the
Don't talk
ball.
to me.
You're the ball.
Okay, so
it can't be that long. History can't be that long. When
you know what? I think it's short, but it is interesting.
Okay.
It is heavily religious, I will say.
That feeling when you're fucking Catholic.
That feeling when you're Buddhist and Seventh-day
feeling
Adventist.
When you're Buddhist. We should make different shirts for each religion.
We should. We're going to get so sued by someone.
Yeah. Definitely. It just feels like, it's, if you're we're just including all the religions in our new merch drop. Feels like a slippery slope, right?
Yeah, for sure. I do think we should create a that feeling when you're Jehovah's Witness, but it's just like a gray kind of moo-moo.
Yes.
Sorry to any Jehovah's Witness who are fans of the pod.
And we know you're there. We know
and we know
you're overlap. There. That feeling when you're Mormon.
That feeling when you're Mormon and it's wet because they do soaking.
They do soaking.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what soaking is?
I do. I mean, I do. I watch The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. I do. I don't like it.
You probably know it better than me.
Yeah, but they do this thing on that show where they're like, we don't know what soaking is. Oh my God. And I'm like, bitch, be fucking
girl.
Real. Girl, okay, yeah.
That's me too. Someone when I was in Montreal recently was like, oh my God, this girl who honestly, she was kind of an icon, but she came up to my table of like people. It was me and Brendan and like two other guys. And she sat down and she's like, what sex toys do you guys use? And we were all like, we don't use any.
I don't know what that is. Well, because you're like, I don't want to fucking talk to you about it. Why am I talking to you about it? I do get if I was on TV. If I was on TV and the conversation turned to soaking and I knew what soaking was, I'd be like, I don't know what that is.
What's that?
I don't, I don't want to talk. I don't want to be the one that knows what this is. Although Taylor Frankie Paul from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, the main character, has a domestic violence charge that she got on the show, and they incorporated the cops' body cam footage into the show, is the next Bachelorette. And I've never watched The Bachelorette in my fucking life. And the way I'm about to fucking tune in.
Well, because she's the Bachelorette?
And she's the one that revealed all the, Mormon swinger stuff.
So she could just pick all the men if she wanted to.
Well, yes, exactly.
Because she's Mormon.
Exactly.
Okay, so let me take you on a journey back to the Han Dynasty.
Amazing. Amazing.
So obviously the first meat substitute and probably longest, most prevailing, we've talked about it on this podcast already, is tofu.
Yes!
Which emerged in China and I always say this wrong, but 202 BCE, before Common Era, to 220 Common Era. So those,
I say before Christ and after death.
I know. I got canceled for that, before Christ and after death.
You got canceled for saying after death because they were like, you're Christian ass?
Yeah. They were like,
this is the war on Christmas. This is the war on fucking Christmas happening right now.
Everyone talks about the war on Christmas. No one talks about the war on BC, before Christ.
Like, I'm going to add another letter. Let's make it clear. And if you do, nothing but love and light. I have no judgment for people who believe in God. I do not, even though I was raised religious, and saying that makes me panic in my chest. To say that feels bad.
Your eyes bulge.
I'm like, But before Christ and after death are better. It's just better branding. It's just a better way to say time, years. It's better way to say years than before Common Era, after Common Era.
What's the Common Era? My Common Era
what does
started
that
2016
mean?
When I gained consciousness, baby.
Exactly.
Why don't we have BCP, before Christ? Probably.
Yeah. And I like Jesus. Jesus was good. Like, you know, it's the way we've interpreted the shit that he did that's the problem. Jesus was cool.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Jesus was like, do you guys want wine instead of this water? I can fix
Jesus
that.
is like, where are my fucking freaks at? Where are my sex workers? Where are the people who everyone hates? Because those are my
Where
girls
are my
right
girls?
there.
Where are my girls?
fucking girls?
Where are my lesbians?
Say what you will about Jesus. If Jesus was in gym class and it was boys versus girls, he'd be trying to get on the girls team.
Oh yeah.
So that he could be hanging out with the girls. He wants to be with the girls.
The girls would have a girl group chat and then a girl group chat plus Jesus. So we feel like that's the only girl group chat, but then sometimes they have to talk in the girls group chat.
Jesus was walking the mile in gym with the girl with baby bangs.
The girl with her period. The girls with her period.
The girls with their periods.
Yeah.
So and that's true. And you know what the thing is that makes me sick is that Christians are mad because we're right. You're telling me they're like, no, Jesus would have ran the mile. No, Jesus is walking the mile with the girls who are having their periods.
100%. Jesus is not getting the protein cold foam. In fact, he's going to the local coffee shop.
Yes, Jesus is a barista.
Jesus is joining the barista's polycule.
Exactly.
So during the Han Dynasty...
So
one day we're gonna nail the transitions. So
during the Han Dynasty, you know,
China was predominantly a meat-eating country, culture, etc., etc. But then Buddhism is introduced during the Han Dynasty, which they have, not going to pretend like an expert on Buddhism, but
give it to
from
us.
the 2 months I identified as Buddhist in high school, I know that you cannot kill a living thing.
No.
So there's a moral and spiritual need for vegetarianism. And so they started making substitutes that mimicked meats, flavors, and textures. And they found that in tofu. And that just started spreading to like Japan.
And
Indonesia,
they knocked it out of the park.
Those,
they did knock it out of the park. Like I get listen, if you're it's very heavily in the past. You know, they don't have a lot of access to shit. Like,
sure, yeah.
That's about as good as it's gonna get. Tofu. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's just with bean curd.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, which is like an ingredient that's indigenous to the area. And they were just like, we're going to fuck around with this to try and make something that is like a base for meals. Yes. So the earliest written reference to tofu was in the year 965. And it refers to them using tofu as like mock lamb chops. Which is very funny. Because I'd love to see that, even today.
Yeah, that's sending a shiver down my spine.
I'm
that
like,
is Sachin saying, I can attempt tofu for you. And I'm going, I don't know if you can, babe. I love you. I believe in you. But that sounds scary.
I'm also just like, mock lamb chops. Just don't know if we need to mock lamb chops.
It's worth saying, lamb chops are also just like not good. Like even when I was eating meat, I'm not enjoying lamb. So like, why are we doing a tofu equivalent?
Yeah, it's sort of like if you've given up meat, but you're like, oh my God, I can't live without lamb chops. But lamb chops. It's like, okay, maybe you should rethink vegetarianism.
It's like, veggie burger makes sense to me. A burger is a staple of life.
So then you see other things come up. So in medieval Europe, meat alternatives emerge during Lent, which is
when people take off for meat or whatever.
They take off for meat. Same thing where or like a lot of people eat fish. So there's one recipe that was a meat alternative. Instead of mincemeat, they would do chopped almonds, grapes, diced bread. Became a substitute
pretty
for
fucking
cracklings. Good. Honestly, yum. And then this is where I think it deserves to be said that a lot of people in the West, when they were plant-based, it was due to just economic necessity. They couldn't afford meat. It's the Irish eat the potatoes. It's like, most of your meals are going to be plant-based anyway.
When I was in university, that was me a lot. Like I wasn't officially, but it's like beans and rice is way cheaper to make than like
absolutely,
roasting a chicken.
like
100%.
Oh,
I love beans and rice.
Well, so I started listening to the audiobook of The Art of Frugal Hedonism.
Amazing.
Some things I'm like a little bit like, okay, but I do think they make a lot of good points.
Yes, they make a lot of good points, and some of the points I'm like, good for you.
That's
I
really
don't know
brave.
if that's for me, but I'm happy for you.
But one of the things that we're saying was that I've just been thinking a lot recently is that, like, even if you consider yourself like a poorer person on the side of like middle class, you are still living a lifestyle that for kings would have been difficult 100 years ago. Like, for the richest in society, they would not have been able to attain the amount of like meat we're eating, the amount of like products we buy on a daily basis. And it is very just something to think about.
Well, yeah, and in the span of even just like the world, like the disparity of wealth worldwide is like insane. Like, even if you are in the lower end of middle class in Canada or the US, say, that is still infinitely more wealthy than in other places where like infrastructure because of like colonialism is fucked up, you know?
Absolutely. And just like the whole way our society is designed is just to like buy more things, you know, instead of working with what you have.
Crazy.
Trading.
I found it really hard. Like, I love fashion videos on YouTube. Like, I love a little girl being like, let's put these outfits together. But it's like, once you realize that it's very hard to find someone whose identity, even if they are like a thrifty girl, is not dependent on acquiring things and acquiring thrifted versions of trends or whatever, it's just hard to enjoy. I also find, like, honestly, fashion nowadays is like bad. If I ever see, like, not everybody, but the trends, do you know what I mean? Like, I think people themselves and their have more personal style and are dressing how they dress, but it's like nobody dresses for function in the trend videos or whatever, right? Like, I'm not wearing fucking booty, like, mini micro shorts. I'm not wearing bloomers. Like, what are you talking about? I'm not going to be wearing a bubble skirt with like a rugby top. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm a person.
It doesn't make sense
in the real world. Like, I'm not, and I am somebody who's influencer adjacent, and it's not it doesn't work for me. So why would it work for fucking anyone else? If you're gonna go to a real job, you're like, I'm a teacher, and all of the outfits are like fucking crazy. Like, I'm supposed to be doing like office siren to my job as a 4th grade teacher.
Yeah. Well, I was saying this in the car today, but I was like, truly, I think that millennials are getting so much hate for like millennial outfits, where like you see these women who are like 40 years old just getting roasted on TikTok for wearing like skinny jeans and like an off-trend blazer. And I'm like, to be honest, I think that as much as like business casual at the club was crazy, I'm not going to defend it.
Our statement necklaces, yes, of course. Yeah.
But it's like, that is way more classic than anything that's happening now. You know what I mean? Like, and at the rate it's moving, we're already looking back at things in 2020 and being like, that's crazy that was a thing, you know, where it's like,
totally,
these women who are dressing, like wearing these skinny jeans and wearing these blazers, like a lot of times it's stuff they bought in like 2014 and they're still wearing it.
Like, also, like, she has a real fucking job.
I know. Like, it's like, back off.
We've lost the thing where it's like, obviously, yes, there is a bad kind of, there is something to be said about the fact that, like, for a long time, tastemakers were people who are like in fashion, and fashion can be elitist, fashion can be all these different things, right?
Absolutely.
I think that the democratization of that is good in very many ways. We get to see a variety of tastes, we get to see different kinds of bodies, we get to see different, like, high-low, you know what I mean? Like, we get to see a lot of shit. Yeah. But if you're an editor at Vogue who is making trends, you're still somebody with a fucking job. So you are making trends for somebody who takes the subway to work or takes a taxi to work in a city, who sits at a desk, who goes out for drinks or goes out to dinner with friends or whatever. You're somebody who, even though that life is very glamorous, whatever, is living a life that is still that is a more glamorous version of a life that regular people wear. If you're a fashion influencer, you have no connection to that. You do not go to actual work. You either go to events, or you sit at home and edit shit, or you go out and take pictures of yourself. That is not a more glamorous version of a life that regular people live. It is 100% removed. And I feel like as you get older, like, I feel like turning 25, 26, like it clicked in my brain of just being like, why the fuck like, you are gonna just dress the ways that matter for your life. Like, if you have a fucking job, you're not gonna be doing this.
You have
like,
to dress for your job. Yeah.
And it's like, I think that's why these influencers like Emma Chamberlain are out of touch, because it's like, your life is not a more glamorous version of a regular person's life. Your life is so impossibly different. You can't even fathom what anybody's life is.
Yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, and just like the idea that like I haven't seen like a cold weather trend come up in so long. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Like everything is for indoor wear. You know what I mean? Like just the way that like winter jackets really haven't moved in trend since I was in high school, which is crazy. Because I remember when we used to kind of like, oh, like the cargo jacket is in, and then like the puffer or whatever. And it's like fall jackets will change, like indoor jackets will change, but like anything for the outdoors, it's just like stayed the same. It's really interesting.
Because these people aren't going to their jobs. Like, if you're an editor at Vogue in New York during the winter, you have to have a fucking coat.
I know.
You do. But if you're like in a mansion in LA and all you do is drive to your workout class and then go home and then you go to a random restaurant, like, you're not living like your life. It's so interesting because when you get to like a certain age, like, your friends have regular jobs, and it's like, if somebody's a teacher, if somebody's training to be a nurse, if somebody's going to a job in the government, it's like, why the fuck, like, these trends aren't made for them at all. Like, it's like, it's that thing where you're like, you can tell somebody's screen time from their outfits, where it's like, I'm a person whose life is very easy. Like, these outfits should apply to me, and they don't even apply to fucking me. Because I'm like, I would look fucking crazy. You want me to just like the Hamburglar on my way to the fucking improv show? Like, are you nuts?
The Hamburglar. That's funny. But yeah, no, it is a little ridiculous. Also, like, nothing fits well anymore, which is really interesting. But so then back to tofu. So in the late 1800s, tofu and miso were displayed at the
we
first
shouldn't
World's
have done
Fair.
this fucking bro. We shouldn't have done this episode at 5:30. My mouth is watering.
You're just really hungry.
I'm like, tofu you're about and miso.
You'll be done just in time for dinner.
Good. I know. It just sounds so good. What if we went? We got sushi right now. A little miso soup. Wouldn't that be tasty? We should do that when we hang out this week. We should go and get like Japanese food or something.
I know, we're due for a proper hang in such a crazy way.
It's been a moment.
I know. It's been the craziest fucking month anyway.
So they were at the World Fair.
That was at the World's Fair in the United States.
Love.
And it was showcased there, which was very funny. So finally arrives in North America in the late 1800s, around the same time as the House of Guinness is set, which is what I'm watching.
I'm excited to watch.
Just wanted to drop that in there. So then we have another religious group pop up that really advocates for vegetarianism, and this is the Seventh-day Adventists.
Yes! Never did anything wrong. Never did anything wrong.
As a kid, I always thought they were the Seventh-day Inventors. I was like, what?
Well, that's more chic. Have you seen One Battle After Another?
No, not yet.
I'll watch it with you. It's so good. They have a group that has like a funny name in that, so I was going to bring it up. Yeah, I'll watch it with you. I saw it with Reese, but I'll watch it again. It's so good.
People are raving about it.
Loving it. I would say I don't want
to the movie theater.
We gotta go. I don't want to rave about it too much, because it's like then you'll go in expecting it to be whatever.
Yeah.
What I will say is really interesting, really well written, 3 hours long, and doesn't feel like there's no part of it that I'm like, it's paced fantastically.
That's what I keep hearing. Like, the pacing is fantastic.
I'm like, finally a movie that should be 3 hours. Like, this is a movie that you have to get everything in, but it's not okay, we could have cut this.
I heard that it's like a real stride for Leo too. Like he's
great.
He's carved a real special like niche for himself, which is cool.
And he's, to me, kind of like Michael Jackson adjacent in that he's obviously not as bad as Michael Jackson in terms of crimes, but it's like Michael Jackson to me kind of signifies how talented someone has to be for people to forget about the bad stuff that they've done.
Sure.
Where it's like Leo is so gross to me. In the way that he is. You might have to cut this out. I don't know.
In the way that he's gay. He's a gay man.
He's a gay man, famously. No, but just like the way, like the 25-year-old of it all. He's so good in this movie that I'm like, damn, I forgot. Sean Penn. I think Sean Penn's going to win the Oscar for it. And if he wins the Oscar, that means he's going to send more bullets to Ukraine. Do you remember that? He melted down his
crazy.
2 Oscars to make into bullets to send to Ukraine.
Oh, I do remember.
Which it feels like you could just buy more bullets. How many bullets is that? 8 bullets? They need more.
Yeah. I can't imagine
if he wins
that those
another
are
Oscar, he can send 8 more bullets to Ukraine.
Yeah. Remember Milk? Remember when he was in Milk? That's crazy.
Yes. He's great
and
too.
Ryan from High School Musical was in Milk. I think.
Oh, yeah. He is.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. I was right about that.
So why don't you walk us through what the Seventh-day Adventists are for the girls that don't know?
God, I don't know what they are.
Here, I'll look it up.
The Seventh-day Adventists. So they're just,
Here, it is the largest body, 12th largest Protestant religious body in the world. They're super religious.
Mm.
I'm trying to think of why I know them. They're conservative. They're conservative evangelical Christians. They're conservative evangelical Christians. There we go.
I just always associated them with a like evangelical type religion that's very much about like purity.
I feel like they're giving Fundy a bit. You know what I mean?
Yes.
A long skirt.
Yeah, like, but very much like the body is the temple, but like the stuff that messes up the temple is like sin, you know, like.
Yeah.
That's kind of what
similar to Mormons of being like you can't drink alcohol or coffee or get a tattoo because your body is a temple.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Somebody's listening and knows the difference, and they're scratching their eyes out.
They're so mad. But like, I don't think we're wrong. Like, I'm sure there's more nuance to it. Obviously,
I think they're the ones that speak in tongues. I think they're the ones that they're like, blah, 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 blah. I'm not gay anymore. You know, like they're like their pastor like puts their hand on there and like, blah, blah, blah. I'm not gay. You've seen I'm Not Gay No More? Have you seen that video?
No.
It's really sad, but it's also a funny meme video, and it's a man who is gay, obviously, and he was turned not gay by his pastor, and he just goes, "I'm not gay no more. I don't want to wear women's clothing, and I don't want to carry a purse."
That's so cool.
Drew Tarver does a character of that on Comedy Bang Bang, which is why it always sticks in my head. Because it's like Drew Tarver doing it like, "I'm not gay no more." It's like Drew Tarver doing like a big crazy character of it.
I love Drew Tarver.
Love him.
So the Seventh-day Adventist community, they advocated for vegetarianism. It's a big part of their faith, I believe, to this day. Vegetarianism.
I didn't know that. Rare evangelical win.
Vegetarians. Lost my spot. So there's a Seventh-day Adventist community in Battle Creek, Michigan. There's like a Battle Creek Sanatorium, which is like a health center run by the Seventh-day Adventists. Okay. And a guy who works there, his name is John Harvey Kellogg.
Huge.
Of Kellogg's. Yep. There he is. You never think he's going to, because he famously created cornflakes to help quell the urge to masturbate.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
Well, I knew
it was like supposed to like quell sexual urges.
I knew that, but I thought it was a joke. I didn't know it was real. Wow.
Well, it's like, I don't know if it was like directly for masturbation, but it was like his
it's such a bland system was very much like yeah,
like food food is directly tied to like moral principles and stuff, and like
if you taste a flavor, you're gonna jack off. If you taste a single flavor,
and
if
that's
you have
true.
If you have funfetti cupcakes, you're
don't
fingering
show me
yourself.
A funfetti cupcake, or I'm off to the bathroom for.
I'm gonna
15 minutes.
after having a funfetti cupcake.
Yeah. Cream cheese icing? Don't even get me started.
I'm jacking off again.
So he's the father of the first commercial meat alternative.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Exactly. So so cereal, maybe peanut butter, and the first commercial meat alternative is all attributed to this Kellogg guy.
Yeah, but he didn't invent peanut butter, because I think a black woman invented peanut butter.
Yeah, I think it's more like the first
commercial,
he was one of the first people to kind of like push it. But again, I'm not claiming him as the inventor of peanut butter.
He's a black woman. Yeah.
He is a black woman. He's a strong black woman who loves peanut butter.
Yeah.
So he was a strong vegetarian staunch. He was very, oh my God, I'm losing my ability to say sentences. So he advocated for vegetarianism. He loved exercise, sunbathing, hydrotherapy, and he believed that diet above anything else affected your health. So this is where the stuff came from, where it's like what you put into your body. He kind of had this term called like a poisoned stomach would make you like a poisoned person.
Which is true.
Yeah. A poisoned stomach is not perfectly sane.
Great.
And his biggest op was meat. He was like, if you eat meat, it weakens you. It does not strengthen you. It weakens you.
Yeah. Well, you're not going to heaven. And that sucks because I'm going to miss y'all.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to miss y'all when you don't go to heaven.
Sorry.
But nothing to be done about it.
Yeah. So then in 1896, Dr. John Harvey Kellogg and American chemist Charles Dabney introduced the first commercial meat alternative in the Western world. It was called Nuttos. And it was primarily made.
Can we workshop
They workshopped
that?
it. They workshopped it. And wait till you hear the name they got to.
Oh, okay.
So they got Nuttos. It was primarily made from peanuts. And it was described as having the taste and texture of cold roast mutton.
Yum. Yum. That's what I miss the most about meat. It's cold roast mutton.
Yum. Cold roast mutton. So they promoted the product with the help of his wife. And by the end of the year that it was first put out, it was marketed as like a health food in LA. Of course. Yeah.
Well, it's LA. What's it called? What's the title? I need to know.
Oh, Nuttos. Oh, yeah. So they named it Nuttos, but they didn't patent it. And then they first commercially produced and patented a similar but slightly different meat alternative called Protos.
Okay, well that sounds fucking awful. Like, say what you will about tofu. Tofu, that's an evocative name. Tofu.
Yeah,
I know what tofu is.
Yeah, so technically it was like Nuttos and Protos were like the first, like two of the first, like kind of like
amazing
meat alternative, like the like, you know, commercially available meat alternative things, like meant to replace meat.
Yeah. And they succeeded. We're all having nut toast as we speak. I put some nut toast in the oven before we started recording. We all love nut toast.
But you joke, you laugh. Protos was only discontinued like really, really recently.
Guys, what are we doing?
It was like,
what are we doing?
Oh my God. I should have written down the year, but I was like, oh my God, what like a crazy like old thing. And it was like, no, it was discontinued like not that long ago.
Love.
Oh my God, I really wish. Where is this? Protos was manufactured by the Kellogg Worthington Company until about 2000.
Great. 9/11.
And then it was discontinued.
And they discontinued it and the 9/11 happened.
9/11 took Protos from us in such a crazy way.
It sucks, dude.
Because it was, and obviously this might just be people who document history overemphasizing things, but it did seem like a pretty like foundational like vegetarian vegan option for like quite a while. Like at,
well,
like,
definitely,
especially if it's stuff.
If there's only a couple of options, like, you know, you're gonna figure out how to do that.
Yeah. So then in the 1920s, soybeans started emerging as like a key ingredient. So people started making more soy-based products. Soybean meat, developed in Tennessee, marked the start of soy's kind of like big takeover of the fake meat industry.
And we love
and then
soy-based alt meat.
Exactly. And then in 1967, British scientists discover a high protein fungus called Fusarium venenatum, which became the UK's Quam branded products, which I'm not familiar with, but
neither am I. But I'm sure people are identifying with it.
Sure, y'all Brits love Quam.
Yeah, Quam.
I've got some Quam boogers. So vegetarianism and veganism really take off as like a cultural movement in the 1970s.
Yeah, baby, free love.
Free love. The 70s do be the beginning of everything that's currently happening now.
Yeah.
Of anything. So there is a book in 1971 called Diet for a Small Planet by Francis Moore Lapay. Wrote that down.
Hell yeah.
Which talked about the inefficiency of an animal protein-based diet, which is basically that, like, for the amount of protein you have to feed an animal to kill it and then eat it, it's actually equal to, like, a very small amount of protein for a human. Yeah. So 21 pounds of protein to feed a cow made 1 pound of protein for people.
This is by beef, and we've talked about this with alternative milks all the time, but when people are like, almonds use a lot of water, I'm like, so I've got huge fucking news about cows. Massive news about cows coming down the pipeline.
Cows also drink water.
Lots.
So 80% of agricultural land worldwide is used to sustain livestock, and it's unlikely to drop. And places like Brazil are committing to deforesting the Amazon to clear path for more cattle raising. And 77% of agricultural land in the world for livestock gives us 17% of our calories.
Yeah.
So
not efficient.
It's not just not efficient. So
yeah.
This is where we see sort of the less moral, more earth focused vegetarianism take place, because I do think that's when kind of, this kind of awareness to factory farming and to, like keeping the earth safe kind of emerges. So it's all kind of hand in hand with that.
It's really interesting. You can kind of see like the two kind of diverging stories of a plant-based diet where they came out of, like the more earth-based, animal rights-based coming out of the 70s, whereas this like health kind of puritanical based, brain fog, all these things is coming out of this weird like Seventh-day Adventist kind of, background, which is so interesting because that's a big thing of like we're seeing a big reduction in people who are vegan, and it's because it's people who do it for health, because it's not chic anymore. It's not trendy to do it for health anymore. Now protein is really big and all these things where it's like, yeah, babe, like, well, yeah, you can be healthy in other ways. That's not why were you doing that?
And I think I've said on this podcast before, but like as someone who eats meat, I think that like the more you can eat from your actual vicinity and places around you,
yes, 100%.
That's the best way to go about things. And I think that like a lot of the root of these issues is coming from just this mass expanse of capitalism.
Preach.
So in 2010, biomimicry made the Beyond Meat chicken strips in 2012, and followed by the Impossible Burger and Beyond Burger in 2016. Beyond Burger,
bitch.
For me, the Beyond Burger beats meat.
Yeah, this is how I feel about Impossible Burgers. The way I make love to an Impossible Whopper from Burger King, I can't even communicate. You can't even tell the difference. Same with an Impossible Burger. Priest does an Impossible Burger. You can't tell the difference. It's fucking nuts.
I think I love it Beyond too, but in a way I like. That's kind of my thing about it. It's like
better.
To me, it tastes better.
Agreed.
And that's my opinion.
I've been thinking so much about this because it's, Canadian Thanksgiving is coming up. And just like what we're going to make for our Friendsgiving and for our family Thanksgiving. And I think you can really cook with some amazing vegan recipes when you're not like, it's not tofurkey strips. Do you know what I mean? Like, Reese makes a really good currywurst with the Beyond Meat sausages, which we're not going to bring, but it's great. We also love to do a little tempeh BLT. Bitch, that's delicious.
I love a tempeh BLT. I love tempeh.
Oh, tempeh is so good.
I'm also truly like a freak of nature in the way that like I love a food with a weird texture. So like whenever people are like, can't deal with the texture of tempeh, I'm like, give me more.
I'm like, that texture is way less gross to me than something else.
I know. I love that texture. In 2013, the first burger was made by Dutch scientists using stem cells from a cow. So this is the first lab-grown meat.
Like lab-grown meat? I'm intrigued by that. I'm really intrigued by the if that is the future. Like if that becomes the future, I'm interested in that.
I'm intrigued as well. Singapore becomes the first country to approve the sale of this. But it's again raising kind of like environmental concerns, whether or not it actually is any better for the environment.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But this is kind of where this, all roads lead to Rome, which is like we are so deep into capitalism that
we fucked it, guys. We fucked it.
So this is my section that I've titled Capitalism Ruins Everything Again.
Yep.
So there's a study by the Wageningen and Humboldt universities evaluated foods that could be considered current meat substitutes. So stuff like insects, these like plant-based meats, cultured meats, which is like lab-grown meat, pulses, algae. So they studied them based on their sustainability, cultural relevance, and what challenges they faced in terms of like how well they're commercialized and how the public perceives them. And they found basically that like all of the high-tech solutions, like all of the lab-grown meats, all the Beyond Meats, all the stuff that like is, you know, that these kind of like new age solutions to meat alternatives get the most attention, they get the most funding, they get the most excited reaction from the public. And a big part of that is because they offered the chance to own the intellectual property of these items. So even though a lot of these like simpler solutions offer a lot more nutrition and environmental friendliness and stuff like that, it's like they're basically ignored because you can't patent algae, tofu. You know, like
you can't
patent tofu. And it's
that's interesting.
It just like it really like I think to me the most interesting thing about this is like the way it highlights just how we think about food as we think about food as so moralistic, and we think about food as something to be bought and to be sold. So it's like the way it's changed from like stuff that's like religious to stuff that's like high tech to this idea of like finding the next big thing to sell as the earth dies is like kind of crazy.
Love that. No notes. Obsessed.
And
that's not
now a lot
at all.
Companies that own factory farms are also getting you know, in on the fake meat industry. So it's like, what's the point of making money from the fake meat industry if you're putting back into factory farming? So it's all a big fucking mess. Capitalism has ruined the world.
Awesome. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't try, guys.
And that's what I'm saying.
You know?
I think if you're trying and you are being conscious of the messages that are being sold to you, and you
if they make us feel,
try your best.
Try your best. If they make us feel like there's nothing to be done, there's no hope, the world is fucked. So you might as well, you know, contribute to it continuing to be more fucked than they win, you know?
Yeah. No, it's true. Like, 100%. If you get told there's no hope and you believe them, then they win. All right.
And now a word from our sponsors.
Chicken Breast Co. is one of the best places to eat chicken breasts. It's so yummy. Have you ever wondered what a boob from a chicken?
Farmers.
Better breast. From the people who brought you, BetterHelp. Have you ever wanted your chicken to help you? Chicken breast? Oh my God, what was BetterHelp? Oh my God, BetterHelp. I saw an absolutely unhinged BetterHelp ad the other day and I can't
Is it the one with Louis Capaldi? Because that one makes me laugh my fucking ass off. It's Louis Capaldi being like, I use BetterHelp therapy. And I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. You do.
Also, brother, I don't know. You don't look like you're doing good. I'll say it.
A damning indictment on the BetterHelp therapy system.
Therapy system? Shut the fuck up. So, okay. Do you have any final thoughts?
No, I think, you know, I feel good with what we've said of being like, that doesn't mean you shouldn't try. I think a drop in the bucket is amazing. And if we all commit ourselves to eating a little less meat or whatever is sustainable for you, then we're in a good spot. I think the defeatist attitude is the problem of being like, oh, well, it's all bad, so I shouldn't try. Yeah. Or, oh, well, I can't do it perfectly, so I shouldn't try. I don't think that that's the way to go about it. Whatever you can do is helpful.
I agree. Do you want to do Let's Make This Tragedy About Us?
Let's make this tragedy about us. There's
Part
no way that overlapped, babe.
Tragedy. You know what? I don't give a fuck. This is magic and technology. You can make anything sound. Look at this crazy.
I'm excited to see you try.
I have a crazy bruise on my arm. Do you see this?
Oh, fuck. It looks like you got shot by a paintball.
I know. Did someone shoot me? Okay, Carly. You are tasked with inventing a new meat alternative
Amazing.
What is it?
Okay. What do we have a lot of is my thought, right? We figure out there's already microplastics in everything. We got to figure out we make plastic into a meat alternative.
Amazing.
And then not only are we combating factory farming with a delicious meat alternative, we are also combating the fact that plastic will just be around forever.
Yeah, that's true.
And it can't be a microplastic if it's a macroplastic. If it's just plastic, it's not micro, and it's good. It's fine. It's good for you.
Yeah.
What about you?
I think I really just think we need to make protein potatoes.
Hard agree.
Period.
Why haven't we done that yet? Period. Get on that.
I just feel like, again, we need more fiber. I think if we can just inject some protein into the potatoes, we'd be fine.
And that's starch too. You know, and a
starch,
potato
baby.
makes you feel full. So it's like, it might as well just put protein in it. Because it's like, if I have a baked potato, I'm full. But it's not giving me the power I need. It's not giving me the plant power that I desire.
I'm historically not super crazy about potatoes.
Okay.
But I'm committing to eating more potatoes because I just think they're good for you.
Definitely.
And I think weirdly enough, the less a potato is processed, the more I like it. As
you like a basic potato.
Yes. As a true woman of my culture.
Of course. That's why fries are my favorite food. Fries are my favorite food.
I love fries.
Because my ancestors know.
Due to my ancestors.
They're like, exactly. They're like, damn, we used to not have any potatoes, and now she gets to have fries whenever she wants.
Yeah, fries
This is the dream.
Crazy. Fries are everywhere.
My Irish ancestors died on the farm. They died on the fucking farm so that I could be a YouTuber. You know? They're fucking thrilled with how this has worked out.
My Scottish ancestors kept getting kicked out of America and coming back for me to have a podcast.
Which tracks. Which honestly tracks.
I know. I'm so concerned about that. Period. What could have possibly been happening?
Yes. And we'll never know. But this has been a great... Thank you for researching that, Blair. I loved walking down that.
It was really fun. And really I'm happy to be back recording. It makes me feel like a person. And I miss you a lot, Carly.
I know. Let's get lunch. Let's get lunch. Are you coming tonight to the show?
Fuck yes.
Then I'll see you.
And I gotta get dressed to eat dinner. I have 25 minutes to do all this.
I'm ravenous. Just talking about food while smelling Reese cooking dinner. I'm fucking hungry.
Okay, go eat, girl. I'll see you later.
Love you. Bye.
Okay, bye.